What's good, everybody? Corbino here, and I mean, this, thank God, it's Wednesday, is incredibly late. The January and February were late because of the whole eye thing, which you guys know about now. The March one was supposed to be out, but it kept messing up. The video editor kept crashing, and I kept trying and kept trying. I tried it on a couple different video editors, and it just wasn't working. And so I was like, you know what, screw it. I guess we just won't do it. It kind of rhymed. Do it, screw it. Okay, anyways. Then I started trying to edit my love review, and it wasn't working either. And so I was like, what the hell? So I just got real mad and basically gave up on editing for like this entire month. To find out that it was the two videos. They were corrupted this entire month, and I could have re-recorded the love review, but at this point it doesn't even, it's not relevant anymore. I may do one way later in the future, because, you know, I did an Office review years after it was finished, you know, but I don't know, we'll see. I may do a love review later on down the road, but right now it's not relevant anymore, so it's not at my top priority. So let's get into it. This, thank God, it's Wednesday. We got Runaways number 7. Okay, Chase and Nico become Molly's official guardians by using a magic spell. And Chase gets a job. I think a janitor, garbage, something, you know, real low class, but, you know, it's gonna pay the bills. Honestly, when I was a kid, I wanted to do stuff like that because I'm OCD and I like to clean. But anyways, he got a job, something like that. Caroline and Nico have been catching up, and they were talking about how her girlfriend's coming in next week. And I mean, that's gonna be an issue because all back here is the April. Thank God it's Wednesdays. Molly. Let's get Gert and Vic have been hanging out, and she's doing Vic's hair, and she's saying that the rest of his body would be nice, and it seems like she's flirting, but I'm like, Gert, you're with Chase. But also, Chase seems like he's hitting it off with Nico, even though Nico's trying to get with Carolina still. There's a lot of love things going on, because back in the day, like early Runaways, when Gert's future self came to warn about Victor, says that they're together, so maybe they're finally setting up for that. I don't know, but I prefer Chase and Gert to be together. And back in the days, Chase and Nico kissed, or Chase kissed Nico, and I don't think they ever told anyone, or maybe Nico kissed Chase, I don't remember. Either way, a bunch of teenagers, you know, well, now they're young adults except for Molly. It's gonna be a lot of hormone type stuff. Well, I guess Gert's still a teenager. Anyways, so that's going on, and Molly is at her parent-teacher conference thing, and her best friend's there, and her best friend's talking about how they can be best friends forever, and she goes, yeah, we can. She goes, no, Molly, we really can. And I'm like, that's creepy as fuck. Next we got is X-Men Red 1 and 2. Okay, X-Men Red, I was sort of off about trying to start it. I mean, that's how I was with X-Men Gold, really enjoy it. X-Men Blue is A-okay. But X-Men Red, the first two covers were really nice. The reason why I eventually decided on buying it was because issue 2's cover with Nightcrawler. And you know, Jean Grey's back or something. I don't, you know, comics are very confusing, but the team consists of Nightcrawler, one of my favorite mutants, along with two of my other favorite mutants, Gabby and Laura, or X-23 and Honey Badger. And also, Namor is a part of the team, but I don't really know, he hasn't really shown himself being that big of a main character, so I don't know if he's really sticking around, but he's in the little 5 up in the corner, and he's in the opening. But anyways, basically, you know, they got different stuff. They're fighting for mutant rights. Jean's at like a UN hearing meeting type thingy, and she's trying to get people to stand with mutants. Everyone's like, no, mutants aren't humans. But she's got Namor and the Atlanteans backing her up, and T'Challa and the Wakandans backing her up, which are, you know, that's always good. But no one else. So right now they're still counted as humans because they still have 2 like countries following them. Issue 1, they're talking to this reporter lady and her head like explodes. Looks like Jean did it, but it wasn't really her. And they gotta rescue a girl named Trinary, something weird. And there's just, sorry I'm going through this so fast, just really trying to hit the main points. And they gotta rescue her, and there's a bunch of people outside ready to kill them because of mutants, but then Jean, like, they were all hypnotized. Jean takes care of that with mind control type stuff. But then there's 3 that were fighting it, and they had guns, so Jean had to take care of them, was holding them up, and then and Nightcrawler heard it, and he bam, bam, boom, boom, started teleporting, thought Jean was getting killed. And I mean, I guess if she just came back, I'd be a little worried, but also I wouldn't because she just came back. Anyways, she's fine. Everybody's fine, but there's a giant sentinel coming, so it's like, ah, well, shart. What are we gonna do about that? And then the after credit scene, or whatever they're calling them now, has Wolverine, or has a crowd running from the Sentinel, and then a dude that holds a sign saying like no more mutants. Wolverine picks him up and is like, come on bub, don't trip on your feet or something. It's like, damn Wolverine, you still saving people even though they hating on your race. I kind of like all these little behind the scene type things. I think I've only seen 3 behind the scenes Where's Wolverine page comic things, you know what I mean? Whatever I'm trying to say. I think I've only seen like 3 of them. They're kind of nice, but also just bring them back. We got Champions number 18. We left off with Viv and our Viv, who is now human, and the synthezoid Viv, and she killed her, and Vision returns to save her, but he goes through her like history bank or whatever and finds out she was trying to kill the human one, so he's like, oh damn. And our Viv is like, you know what, but I'm gonna live on back to the other Viv, and Vision's like, no, don't do it because that could kill you, but she's like, well, I'll stop him, and she helps her become back to Synthezoid Viv, which is what I've been wanting. But also Vision was just happy he has his daughter back and everything's back to normal for them, at least for now. Originally when Champions first came out, I haven't been a fan of Cyclops forever. I mean, I don't think anybody has. And because he's a young Cyclops before he goes cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and whatnot. And so I was starting to finally, like, it took me issues upon issues. I probably finally started liking him 5, 6 issues back, you know, finally actually really started liking him. And now we're learning, he was retelling his backstory to Miss Marvel and all this, and he said there's something going on with the X-Men, so I gotta take care of that. She's like, we'll help you. He goes, no, I gotta do this on my own, I'm gonna lead my team, so I gotta quit the Champions. And I'm like, oh, damn, okay, alright. So he leaves the Champions, and Miss Marvel's talking to Nova and Spider-Man about it, and they're all like, well, we gotta get back to our roots because we've been just stopping big bad guys and whatnot now, stopping the world from ending, but we're supposed to be, we're here to make a change. And so they're gonna start doing small things again like they did at the beginning of the series. And Ironheart and Wasp are gonna be joining the team. No one else out of their squad that was hanging out with them is joining, I don't believe. Also, still mad. A couple issues back, they had Spider-Gwen like front and center on the issue of the Champion for a Day thing, and she literally wasn't even in it. She was in like when Spider-Man said, hey, we could get Spider-Gwen in a little scene because he was saying we could get her, but we never actually get her. So that was just kind of weird. Next we got is The Walking Dead 177, New World Order Part 3 of 6. We meet this guy named Mercer, and he is like the head guard for the governor of the Commonwealth, and he's protecting her son. His son's trying to get laid out in the field, but a bunch of zombies come, so he's pissed and he doesn't get laid. He's a snobby little brat. But besides all of that, that's not even really that important. Michonne gets to reunite with her daughter, find out everything that's been going on. They find out what the people they've become. And really that's about it. The only thing I want to mention is that Sadiq goes to find a bathroom and he stumbles upon a locker room where Mercer and another guard are talking, and they're talking about how they're going to overthrow the place or take it over. We're just waiting for Mercer's word, so we'll see how that goes down. And they better not hurt my boy Sadiq, you know what I'm saying? Next we got his Teen Titans number 18. Beast Boy's been hanging out with this girl named Joran, whatever, and she's got some weird drug implant thing to your head, take you to like a virtual world. Everyone's loving it, Beast Boy's loving it, and the Titans are trying to go undercover about it, and then they see Beast Boy's there, and they're like, is he undercover also? But he's not, obviously. And Beast Boy, she has control of Beast Boy now and all the people with the implant, and turns them all into like mindless zombies to attack the Titans, and turns Beast Boy into like a giant mega monster. And that's basically it for this issue. That's really, they go undercover and Beast Boy becomes a giant Beast Boy. Next we got his TMNT number 80. It's the part 5 of Invasion of the Triceratons and the finale too. Okay, we left off with, you know, the Purple Dragons and Casey and Hun fighting Triceratons. We got Bishop and his people fighting Triceratons, Foot fighting Triceratons, Splinter, the Turtles, Triceratons, and the Elite are all fighting each other. The Elite take out the Triceratons instantly, except for Commander Zom. She's still up. and the Turtles take out the Elite instantly. And then it's Zom, the Turtles, and Splinter left, and they're like, you gotta go through us, Master Splinter. And Donnie's like, April, tell me you got something. And April's like, yeah, hold on 1 second. Teleports the Turtles and Zom away, and teleports all the rest of the Triceratons away. They're gonna send them to Burnout Island, where the Utroms are hanging out, and they're like, don't worry, we'll come and, you know, make peace with the Utroms so that you guys can live there. And they're like, we'll handle the Utroms, and like, well, we'll still be there in a few days. So hopefully they don't do anything stupid with the Utroms. We'll find out. Splinter's pissed that they took him away, so is Bishop, and Bishop wants to find out where they're at. And Baxter Stockman takes all the glory. I mean, they let him do it, but it's also kind of dangerous to let him do it. But he took all the glory of stopping the Triceratons. And that's really about it for this issue. And next we're going to be starting with the Rat King, so yeah. Final issue we're going to talk about is Doomsday Clock Part 4. Looks like they're going bi-monthly now with these, but, you know, that's okay, I guess. Everybody was right. Everybody was right except for me. I was watching a video of Comic Storian. Was it Comic Storian or Comic Explain? I love them both so much. Great channels. I think it was Comic Storian that was also saying, agreeing with me on this, or I was agreeing with him, was saying that, I don't know him. That kind of sounded like I knew him, but we don't know each other. We both just agreed on the same thing. Anyways, that we weren't sure. Everyone's theory about the new Rorschach being the old Rorschach's therapist, his son, it was a little iffy, but it is. He's his old son, and he hates Ozymandias because of what he did, and I mean, it shows basically his whole backstory. It gets very confusing, time jumping everywhere. Really, he meets Mothman in Cuckoo Asylum back in the day. He gets all of his dad's research, he studies it and everything, becomes the new Rorschach, goes to kill Ozymandias, but Ozymandias doesn't want to do that because he wants to go find Dr. Manhattan and whatnot. And the new Rorschach's going to help him with that, and that's how they get to this universe. And Batman also, remember, he's in Arkham Asylum now. And some girl, I don't know who she is, on Comic Story they said who it was, but I don't remember who it was. But she's already out of her cell, and she tells him, we got to get out of here. And so I'm like, oh, okay. And the therapist that talks to the new Rorschach in this is either Batman or Alfred in a mask. I didn't really understand which one it was, but it's one of those two, and they're figuring out some stuff about that. This one was kind of nice, but it only focused on Rorschach, which I like because I love Rorschach, and now he's black, so that's even doper, because I've talked about this before. I like to be as accurate as I can with cosplays, so that's really nice. Anyways, the rest of the issues have jumped around from all the different characters. This one just focused on Rorschach, so that was really cool. But yeah, that was March's Thank God It's Wednesday. Sorry again for the month late video. Let me know what you guys read back in March, or just let me know, are you reading any of these titles? Are you falling behind, or are you going to check any of them out? All that good stuff in the comments below or on other social media sites. All that stuff is still down below. So until next time, stay geeky.
Hello, Hannah here, and this is ya boy Caesar. We just want to tell you about Bullymake. It's a subscription box for dogs. Caesar here loves it. And if you use promo code IG10, you can get 10% off. Just go to bullymake.com, type in IG10, IG10, and isn't that dope? So get that Bullymake box, subscription box. Bye!